Darkness fills your life and pain supreme. When evil forces have deformed your dreams, it's time to open up your heart to let the light shine through. No matter how you look at it, you'll always know it's true.
GameCube, it makes a big fuss. GameCube, Nintendo bless us. GameCube, it's our easily surpass the rest. And when it comes to games, we'll always get the best. Bless us. GameCube, it's our easily surpass the rest. And when it comes to games, we'll always get the best.
It's time to open up, to let your heart decide what's true.
GameCube, it makes a big fuss. GameCube, Nintendo bless us. GameCube, it's our easily surpass the rest. And when it comes to games, we'll always get the best. GameCube, it makes a big fuss. GameCube, Nintendo bless us. GameCube, it's our easily surpass the rest. And when it comes to games, we'll always get the best.
I seek truth in riverside or insanity. a chance. Losing the horse, build up the seas, set the serpent sunlight. Define the heights, behold your sight. For those windmills, let them run again. 'Cause I will fight. Let it be the cold rain, be it battle I cannot survive, or another cursed spirit come from the tide. Every morning, every night, my fate confide. Beyond our years upon the bridge across the stranger line. Those devils never break out of their great disguise. So I will fight. Another song, another falsely fight. Those rambling words they pressed upon my soul. Every inch I marched towards the fatal side. Against the winds, against the lights, I shall conquer that. 'Cause when you stop to dream, your whole heart gives into life.
Listen and you'll hear the heartbeat of a universe teeming with force. See all the forms and the faces of nature taking its course. And feel all the wonderful motion flowing through things far and near. Nature will share her secrets when we are ready to hear. Energy, these are a few of your faces, glowing in timeless places, bringing our lives new graces. Energy, there is no living without you. We must keep learning about you. Now is the time to find how to. Energy, you are profound. You make the world go round and round. You make the world go round. You make the world go round. You make the world go round.
Thank you, Energy. I forget how all of this works. How are you doing, everyone? Hello. Hi. Happy Wednesday. I've lost track of time in space. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you all again. Warren Cook, thank you for the stream streak. Matt, thank you so much for 42 months. Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. ABC, what would you like me to text Jeff Grubb? How's it going? Good to see you. I think I'd have texted him. That was my phone. Everyone, sorry, I don't know why he's doing that. I think I'd have texted him earlier since I've been with him, but we mostly do other things. Like, stop doing that. I want to. Fine. I won't charge you. God. Driving everyone crazy, phone. Let's see. Says Jeff, you're awful. Everyone hates you. And the SGF content was garbage. Got it. No, I'm joking. I'm writing what you said. I got it. All right. See, anybody else? We got some falls while it's gone. Thank you for that. I hope you are all doing well. We're going to play some more James Bond. Yes, got back from SGF. Very, very, very busy week. Good stuff. Fun times. there was perhaps a bit of an incident. If you didn't notice, so one of my appointments was for Crazy Taxi World Tour. Is that what's called? New Crazy Taxi. I think like a lot of people, I was really excited when they announced it, and then quickly afterwards, it became clear that they were using some kind of generative AI. So I was like, okay, we'll see what this appointment is. So the appointment was like a group theater session where the director of the game was there and he played it for us, right? And it was like a group of like, I don't know, 20, 25 journalists and creators, content creators. Myself, I'm like, I know I don't play the journalist hat very often these days. I'm definitely probably more of the content creator, or I don't know, your little internet clown, whatever. But I was like, if someone's gonna ask about AI, I'll sit back and let them do it probably. Then the questions started happening, and no one was doing it. No one was doing it. And so I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. So I asked, like, wait, what kind of generative AI are you using in your game? I think that's all I said. Then I got the answer back, right? And it was like not a good answer, It's the whole, we're using it for like conceptualizing. And it's like that's bad too. Like no real AI will be in the found game. All right, that's not good. So I told everyone like, wow, Mike, that's great. You got that answer. We should make a little video about it. So we made a little video. Grub was in it with me. I say that, but the thing that stuck out much more to everybody was the parts where I said, like, yeah, I mean, it sucks because the game looks good. That's specifically when Grub said he still wanted to play the game, right? So, and that was it. And people are always allowed to be mad at me. I remember Jeff once saying, like, we spend our jobs criticizing people. So people want to criticize us. That's okay. I think that's fine. I was getting frustrated at the people who were like, I don't know, implying we were shills of some kind, or I was a shill of some kind, and just trying to make sure I had access to Sega still. Because I could have just not said anything. I could have just not asked the question, and I would have saved myself a whole lot of trouble, apparently. But I don't want to do that. I want to ask these people these questions. I want to figure out why they are using the awful thing. I think you all know that I do hate AI. I think this shit does suck. It's awful that we can't even get a drawing of Donald Duck on like official Kingdom Hearts stuff anymore. Right? And I understand it's always this weird dance of how okay with it do we have to be, how much of it do we have to accept. But everybody's Game of the Year a couple years ago, they did it, and I'm not saying that means we have to excuse it in the future going forward, but it's like, oh, that's confusing, and that sucks. We know that giant studios like Larian are doing it, Sega, Capcom, Square Enix, and I don't know if I need to be so I don't know if I necessarily have to be like everyone's doing it, they're just not saying it. Well, there is a difference between saying you're doing it and not, right? So I get it. It all sucks, and a lot of people were anxious about it, and I think it really broke containment because a concept artist or an artist retweeted it and criticized us, and and they're in an especially precarious situation. So I understand their anxieties. I don't know what being mad at us instead of them is going to necessarily accomplish, but if that's what they want to do, then they're welcome to. I understand there's a lot of anxiety around that. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I still don't know how I'm going to be able to approach all of it, right? If every major game is suddenly using generative AI in some capacity, I don't know, that just means I sit out every game. I still play them anyways. I don't know yet. It's all confusing. It's all weird. So, there's things like a company like Xbox, they kind of suck. It's like, well, I still play their games, right? Talked about how good Forza is. Don't know how to, I am not afraid to admit that it all is a little confusing and weird and scary to me sometimes. So I don't know. I just got to try to do my best sometimes. So, I don't know. But I know a lot of people here probably mostly have my back. And to be honest, I think a lot of people really do understand. And I get that the anxieties are there. How many tiki mugs? I bought 2 tiki mugs. So that was exciting. Let's see. There's a new Trader Sam's 15th anniversary one, ABC, and I picked up that one. And there's also a new one at Oga's that has DJ Rex on it, so I got that one. Dan got that same DJ Rex one, but then he got... Which ones did he get? I think he got the skull. I'm bringing the name at Trader Sam's. I have a couple of those. Hi, Jeff Grubb. So Dan has the skull. He got another one at Trader Sam's. I can't remember what the second one was. Thank you, everyone. Hey, Grubb, how's it going? I'm sorry AC said those terrible things. Those terrible things everybody said about you. So there it was. Oh boy, anything else from the week? It was a wild week. I am definitely exhausted. It's wild. I've been sleeping a lot, and I still am pretty tired, right? So lots of sleeping to do. Did I watch GoldenEye yet? No. I think I'm gonna need to watch this Talking Heads concert film first. Apparently, I've got freaking Psycho Killer stuck in my head like crazy right now. No, not ba ba ba. It's fa fa fa. It's a fa 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 fa. Psycho Killer. It's French. Yeah, qu'est-ce que c'est? Yeah, it's fun stuff. You seen Kermit doing? Yeah, I have seen Kermit doing that. It's really funny. No, we didn't wait long to get into Trader Sam's, but largely because we had a group of 6, so we had to sit outside, which is a small bummer. Only 4 fewer can go inside. No, I wanted to go on Space Mountain. Space Mountain I can handle. There's a good group. Nobody tried to push me to do. That's the thing most people were good with. The only rides they went on that I didn't was Incredicoaster and Goofy Sky School. Like Tiana it was either too cold or the one period of time where we were gonna do it was down for a little bit, or they were gonna do it. And then Guardians of the Galaxy was the one where, because we went into that park second, it was kind of hard to get a lightning lane for it, and then the line was too long, so we didn't do that one. And Goofy Sky School they did after. I'll tell you what, they tried to talk me on a Goofy Sky School. I may have done it. I've never done that one, but I don't know. I'm sure it's not scary in the ways that bother me. Yeah, we did Soarin'. I thought Soarin' was going to be the new America one, but it was California, which is maybe even better. Christian, that 10-second video made me realize I can never go to Disney with. Christian, I just want to say it's incredible. What's your takeaway? They would not stop telling me how much they liked having me be in Disneyland with them. I'm just saying. They all seem to be big fans of being there with me. But yes, you may not like it. Who's breaking the rules? Risen, thank you so much for following. Appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. I would hate it too, maybe. Yeah, they made a new America. America's back, Jack. No, it's not. No, it's not. All right. So, James Bond. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the Bully Endurance run. So, man, when I stopped playing Bond, it was like in the middle of a mission. So we're going to be like really jumping back into the heat of things here. We didn't watch any of the nighttime shows. We kind of we used those opportunities to do more rides and stuff. Oh great, it's updating my Steam controller puck. Cool. So we didn't see Fantasmic or any of the fireworks or anything. Chuck Tasky with 18 months. I think I will praise you, Chuck Tasky. Thank you so much, Chuck. Appreciate all your hard work during the week too as well. Thank you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. All right, so apparently I can't play this game until my Steam controller puck updates, and that's why my computer's making all these noises now too, so that's fun. One quick note about my puck. Yes, I know what my puck is. All right, we gotta install my controller also. Oh, there you go. I hate. Let's all update control. I hate updating controllers. I hate it so much. I should have to if we are updating controllers at all, it should be something that has to happen like once every 3 years. What could possibly be updated? PS4, thank you so much for 35 months. Appreciate that. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. Appreciate all that support. And thank you for starting that hype train. Guys, happen to look into who owns the copy for Bone on Nerves? No, we're assuming it's nobody. We assume it's nobody. All right. Okay. Also, there was a direct, and I didn't get to talk over it, but I wasn't like, I don't know. It's funny because I think I saw someone else say this. If you had told me there'd be a Nintendo Direct with Kingdom Hearts 4 and Ocarina of Time remake in it a month ago, I would have freaked out. But nothing. A lot of things did not. You'd think it'd be a very me direct, but it wasn't very good. It just was presented poorly. I just can't believe they didn't show anything substantial with that Ocarina of Time remake. Again, I know there's going to be a Zelda direct at some point to go into details, but you gotta show me something now, not just camera. What's the one? DC. Yeah, and look, I like JRPGs, but like, I don't know, just throwing a bunch of them at me is not all that exciting, necessarily. I mean, and like, none of them are what I would, I hate these are like AAA, except for maybe Xenoblade. And I know I'm historically not the biggest Xenoblade guy, but I don't think that was some amazing trailer for that game. So outside of being excited for it because it's the next Xenoblade, I saw nothing in that trailer was that interesting. But like things like, oh, okay, we're turning that obviously mobile game into a, I don't want to say real game, but not into a gacha game. That's neat. It doesn't like get me like my mind blown or something necessarily. Like even Duskbloods, like you're not gonna show me more about Duskbloods yet. I did not try the DK challenges. That's kind of neat. It's weird there's no NSO. Oh, I saw Christian. Like Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm like, okay, we finally got to see it again. That's neat. I can't like show me a Disney World for crying out. Like you already showed me that the game's gonna have real, like more realistic areas. That's neat. Now what? Right? With I don't know. And yes, I don't know. It's just a weird direct. And you know me, like some of it's just me. I don't care very much about the Wii Sports stuff. That's never done much for me. It's fine. Fire Emblem, I'm like, yeah, I bet I'm gonna like Fire Emblem. All right, we are like, again, right in the middle of this. We're like, there's gas or something, or we're running away from gas. I've not tried the Star Fox demo. Part of me almost just wants to wait for the game at this point. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any other announcements that were even, like, I remember from Nintendo. I mean, like, some of the ports. Like, there's things that's like, oh, I think that's neat that Liza P is getting a port to Switch too. Am I about to play that game again right away? Not really. Like things like a One Piece cooking game. That's not probably, I don't know, probably not for me. Yeah, like the Capcom ports look great. Like Onimusha coming to Switch 2, that looks awesome. Yeah. Part of me does want to play Stellar Blade, honestly. Like, everybody talks about how good it is. There's always something about those games that make me a bit uncomfortable. The first game, and now even the second game has its thing. Dragon's Dogma 2 on Switch 2 even. Dragon's Dogma 2 on Switch 2 looked better than it looked for me when I was playing it on PC back then. I'll probably just play Star Fox on portable mode. I play Stellar Blade for the articles. That's funny. All right. How's this game work? Hey, Dean Bowen. Thank you so much for 26 months. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. The lights. Okay, how's this game work? Oh, fuck. I need a... You didn't mention a key card. Vent? Okay.
Use the Greenway. The pen. Use the missile pen.
Right, and that button is this one. Nope, not that one. This one. Nope, this one. There we go, first try.
Made it out. Where are you?
Eddie B, thanks for following. Appreciate it.
There's a helicopter we can use to escape, but you watch yourself. It's reinforcements.
Oh, we're gonna be fighting.
Tanya's personal guards by the looks of it. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, I just see why something's like, which one of these is what now? It's a good looking game. I did miss this game. Yeah, I bet I'm gonna like Final Fantasy Resonance for sure. Like, I guess there's a small part of me. It's like, okay, I'm glad we're getting a turn-based Final Fantasy again. And you know, HD 2D Final Fantasy is cool. I still want a numbered, modern Final Fantasy game to be turn-based also. And maybe I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe this is being a little picky, but I still want that. Or, you know, if you want to make an HD2, well, this isn't mainly because it is basically using Brave Exvius stuff, right? Losty, thank you so much for 14 months. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Listen up. We have 2 hostiles on the move. Last known position, data center east. Drop on site, Tolkoto. Listen. Don't get caught. They broke through a ballistic barrier. That suggests heavy weapon.
Checking that.
Is that going to accomplish much?
That was strange.
Why have to kill these guys, Steven?
He's right there. Lock him down.
Yeah, we're shooting them. Okay, I don't have a weapon, huh? Now I do. I shouldn't have swapped.
Stop this pressure forever.
Jesus.
He's repositioning.
Still with us?
You won't get rid of me that easily.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm almost at the flight deck. Get here as quick as you can.
Do my best.
Yeah, boy. Close. Yeah, boy. Cannot get this guy. Oh, great. Yeah, I sure did. Okay. Okay, we're not dead yet.
Push forward. Lost him. They just keep on coming, don't they?
Run. Just run. Just run. Get the button for throwing my gun. Ow. Jesus.
Grenade down.
No, don't do that. Shit. They did that.
Got him. Still going down. I've got a beat on him.
Shit, how'd I get over there?
Got him. Pausing fire. My position.
Oh boy, it's bad. What do I see what's going on here?
Money, Penny?
Yeah. Okay. I was making some mistakes there. What are some of the buttons when I'm on mouse and keyboard again? All right. Intense focus. Finisher stuff is X. There he is. Q. Oh boy. Show weapon. Throw is G. How am I gonna remember G? God. Alt is Q lens. Okay.
Listen up. We have 2 hostiles on the move. Last known position, data center east. Drop on site, no quarter. Listen. Get caught. They broke through a ballistic barrier. That suggests heavy weapon. I can see
Sweet dreams. Come on, just push through.
Push him out. Bloody there. He hit me.
Ah, shit.
Taking cover. Take your
Bond, still with us.
You won't get rid of me that easily.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm almost at the flight deck. Get here as quick as you can.
Do my best.
Good.
lost sight of the suspect. He's in my sight.
Frame rate's not loving the smoke effects right now.
He's not as sharp as he looks.
I'm not as sharp as I look. I've been pretty freaking sharp.
Can't keep up this pressure forever.
I'm injured. He's in my sights. Move around.
Got him. Hey, babe. Huh?
I'm struck.
Oh boy, I'm reloading.
Moneypenny, if you're there, listen carefully. It's worse than we imagined. Web is covering.
Ow, what happened there? Oh boy.
Moneypenny,
Are they behind me? What's happening?
they just
Oh,
keep
boy.
on coming, don't they?
Over there.
Nice. Game feels. It took a second to get readjusted. Of course, I left off in the middle of a big action sequence, but we're doing good.
Well, hurry up. Place is crawling with mercs. And if they spot me, I'm done for.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Shit.
I'm trying to not die faster.
Okay, so we're going downstairs.
Just push through.
Oh boy.
He hit me!
Gotta punch a guy every once in a while to show him who's boss. They can't shoot me while I'm doing that, apparently. Whoa. Serpentine, serpentine. That shit is the wrong way, huh?
Got you.
The hell? Jumping? Ah.
It's in my sight, right here.
Can be any slower? Ah! I needed that. Wounded's better than dead. Oh shit. Oh. Oh, I called it. What's the issue here? Oh, I see.
Error. Weight imbalance detected. Please vacate the loading area.
Make me.
Rescanning cargo. Stand by.
Notice there's no one here to shoot me.
I'm near the flight deck. Get ready for liftoff. Greenway, acknowledge. Damn it. Gotta hurry.
Okay.
Evening, fellas. Is this the way to the rooftop bar? No?
You hear that, Lawrence? The man's thirsty.
Let's quench it for him.
Press the buttons. I remember. Ow. Yeah, let's get hit by that. Ow. Ah, shit, I'm gonna be dead. Damn. I blew it. Okay, hopefully, I see what's gonna start me there. I just shoot these guys, right? I don't know, my license to kill's not up for some reason.
Evening,
But
fellas.
Coomer, thank you for the stream streak.
the way to
Hey,
the
thank you for the
rooftop
stream
bar.
streak.
No?
You hear that, Lawrence? The man's thirsty.
Let's quench it for him. What the hell?
Oh, neat. Oh, wait, make that easier.
You people need to work on your communication. Greenway, I'm almost there.
Oh no. What does online mode do in this video game?
Talk to me. Just a little further. Greenway.
Bond, I'm holed up inside the helicopter. I need you to draw their attention while I raise the platform.
How do I reach you?
Your only chance is to jump across from the control room. And I won't lie, it's gonna be tight. The moment you break cover, they'll shut the hangar doors to lock us in.
If I don't make it, go.
Bond, distraction. Shoot the pipes.
Good call.
Is that distracting enough?
Stand clear of the platform.
Time's running out. Get
All right,
to
that
the
old
control
chestnut. Oh boy. Serpentine, serpentine.
Now or never. Through the window.
What? Did I? I thought I had it. Looks like I had it. All right.
Cover. They'll
Try
shut
again.
the hangar doors to lock us in.
If I don't make it,
Stand clear of the platform. Noted.
Hurry up, Bond. The control room.
Now! He's really not alive!
Now or never, Bond. Through the window. There goes nothing.
Okay. Like I'm getting like shot as I jump apparently. With this time for sure maybe.
if I don't make it, go.
Engaging lockdown. Stand clear of the platform. Noted.
Time is running out. To the control room.
Go all in! Getting cover!
Oh, that time was bad. Picked up that shotgun by accident. Didn't want to do that. That didn't help. I know. I'm like, he says now or never. Now that seems to be
If I don't make it,
not lining up with what the timer is telling me.
Stand clear of the platform. Noted.
Go to the control room, Bond. Clock's ticking.
He's good! Stay! Get!
Oh, you're still alive. Well, that's not good. I think I fucked this one up,
Hurry
not gonna
up,
lie.
Bond. The control room. Now or never, Bond. Through the window.
There goes nothing.
Alright. This time we're fine. Getting a bit framey. Yeah. I was running by there might be another firmware update that I didn't install because I've been gone for so long. I did see the remastering Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. I hope that's good. The smoke tanks it, which I could probably turn that effect down a bit in a second here. I accidentally killed my friends. Who saw that twist coming?
Where are you going? We need to finish this. Greenway.
You were right, Bond. I couldn't have known, but I didn't even try. I never even looked.
You're giving up. But we can't let him win.
There is no we.
I like Godzilla.
I'm out.
For now. I mean, it is kind of shitty of him. Government was like, your friends are traitors, go kill them. Yes. Right away. I'm right on that. No questions asked. Pepsi Night Dive's new Project Thief? Hell yeah. I've been wanting to play Thief for a while, so this is fantastic for me. The old games I want to play, the Icewind Dale Planescape Torment combo is on sale on Switch too, so I got that. Might just be Switch One games, I don't know. I'm curious to see how those work on Switch, but I want to try it on there. Godzilla's a monster. He's allowed to kill people. Also, a lot of times he's a good guy. A lot of times he's the good guy. And I like that too. Brogan, thank you for 25 months. Appreciate it. Oh, you got a Red Lobster ad. Then remember to sub. Thank you, Red Lobster. Red Lobster's got my back. Capcom did announce Monster Hunter Wilds for Switch 2 in a random tweet? That is weird.
Moneypenny, we need to round up.
Not here. Come on.
Oh, this was her date clothes. I was like, why is she dressed like this? Right, she was on a date. Get some good proggies.
I looped the security feeds in the lobby and the elevator. We don't have a lot of time.
No, we don't. They're wiping everything at Web HQ. We need to send a team over there right now.
Look, it's not that simple, James.
What?
We messed up. Going to Web's. You don't do a thing like that without consequence.
Consequences for Webb.
He is a very powerful man.
What's wrong with everyone? First Greenway, now you.
Yeah.
For Greenway, this is a whole different game. What he learned tonight, it changes everything for him. He doesn't deserve your anger.
Well, perhaps not, but still.
What we did tonight changed the rules.
Rules have changed.
Where are we going?
You'll see.
You're making coffee.
Could do with a cup. No.
What do you think,
Hey.
James?
We call it the null space. Whatever goes on in here never happened. No surveillance, not on any blueprints. It doesn't exist.
If you hope to bury this, you're out of luck. I don't care who Webb is. We need to stop him.
What we do is not up to us anymore, Bond.
Is this M stalling? Where is she? I'll talk some sense into her.
Be careful what you wish for. Just through here.
M? Thank God, we don't have much time.
There's been a development. Sir Nicholas Webb sent me this. In case you're wondering, it is footage of you and Greenway assaulting Webb HQ, two of my agents rogue on British soil.
Well, that doesn't change the fact
It
that...
changes everything. He is accusing you of terrorism. He CC'd half the cabinet. As we speak, there are arrest orders with your names on them working their way through the system, and my future's not looking much brighter.
Well, we just have to show them what we found.
Oh, God, don't be so naive. It's one thing that you broke into Web HQ. It's another that you got caught, but leaving without proof? You couldn't have botched this any worse had you tried.
But you're not handing me in.
Of course I'm not. I'm sending you on a black op to collect the irrefutable proof we need to bring down the Webbs. I am putting a lot of trust in you. Don't you dare disappoint me.
Black Ops.
Moneypenny, Go and finish the mission brief. Bond, you go and see Q. You're dismissed.
I did a good thing, by the way.
I told you I'd get her straight.
Any apologies for trusting the AI computer that's evil or
This mission
whatnot?
is strictly off
No.
the record, so we can't use it anyways.
MI6 needs to shut it down right now.
All good,
then what?
mutant.
Em needs to play her part and aid in apprehending her rogue agents.
And Thea will assist.
Yes. However, I'm taking a few pages out of 009's playbook. I've already set up hundreds of breadcrumb trails for rogue agent James Bond on the run. That should buy us some time.
Rogue agent.
Meanwhile, you, Mr. St. John Smythe, do what billionaire playboys do best. Go to a luxury resort.
Oh, fun.
The trip booked a year ago. No one will suspect a thing.
They changed that one option. At least with the smoke for now. Volumetric fog can just be at high, I suppose.
A luxury resort, you say? Sounds awful.
So we know Damien is heading to Vietnam. I've managed to figure out his destination. The exclusive resort, the Pearl. According to his social media, St. John Smythe was
Social
really looking
media.
forward to his stay. But unfortunately for him, he bears
Good
a
orchid.
striking resemblance to you. And some odd mix-up with the permit for his private jet is now delaying his takeoff. I dare say he will stay grounded until you send word it's safe to clear up this misunderstanding.
The Pearl. That might take some time.
Actually, it might. Without Thea, you're in for some good old-fashioned spy work.
Oh, good. Yay, Q-Lab. I bet Q's gonna be nice to me. Q is cool. Me and Q, we got this. How do you plan to play the video games of September, October? That's a great question. That's a good question. Guess gotta take some priorities. I have to play Control Resonant. That's a priority. I enjoyed that demo a lot. Donny Musha, one of September 1's Galactic Racer. I'm obviously excited for.
In the zone, are we?
Oh, a car. For 3D printing.
I
You wouldn't
say great
download a
work,
car.
Web Industries. Well, the whole business is dreadful, of course, but silver lining, finally some real failure is not an option spy work. Living by one's wits, no safety net, gets the blood flowing, no?
Right. But speaking of silver linings,
Nice try, but you won't need a car where you're going. Besides, she's not ready.
Ah, for
I do
future.
have some gadgets lined up for you, though. Take a gander. Oh, and Waters left you a new service pistol and a suppressor, just in case.
Ooh.
Try not to lose it this time.
you know how it is, Q. Easy come, easy go.
Music rules.
Take a look. I'm sure you'll find something to your liking.
Alright, so I have liked the dart phone. The shockwave camera I was not getting a lot of use out of.
Don't take too long deciding. There is a warrant for your arrest after all.
Probably take the missile pen, if anything. I can do 4 now. Nice. This is good, then. That's good. That'll do.
You take good care of us, Q.
Sorry for the cough. This is me clear my throat. I swear I'm not sick. Just tired.
Q, I've been meaning to ask. You ever heard of a ghost pattern?
I'm no expert, but I believe it's a probability paradox. When one has a large enough data set, accidental patterns emerge from the chaos. Coincidences that appear deliberate, random events that seem meaningful.
If enough people slip on banana peels, it starts to look like banana peels are out to get us.
Spot on.
So, Sir Nicholas Webb.
Fine line between genius and madness. Present company excluded, of course.
Of course. How did we not realize that Webb was covering up Thea's
Great
mistakes?
question.
Confirmation bias, I suppose. We saw what we expected to see. Thea was supposed to be infallible, so no one searched too hard for evidence to the contrary. Thea made us complacent and risk-averse. Hopefully this whole sad affair will serve as a wake-up call.
You really are a glass-half-full person, aren't you?
Well, depends on what's in the glass.
You have a lock on Greenway? He was in a rough spot when I last saw him.
Greenway knows our playbook from...
What are they trying to tell us about
If
AI?
he doesn't want to be found, there's not much we can do about it. Look, Greenway has had the rug pulled from under him. Give him some space.
Well, I'm ready to head out.
Front gate's too risky. You'll need to take the sewer exit.
Sewer level!
Sewer.
Can't be helped, I'm afraid. Let me get the door for you. There. It's right through the wind tunnel. Just watch out for the Bakerloo line. Only kidding.
Right.
Good luck, Bond. Sorry about the shoes.
By the way, it's going to be a good time to play the Code Veronica now that the remake's been confirmed. Excited.
So, tell me, James, are you familiar with the scientist Benjamin Kwan?
Kwan. I read about him, I think. Some kind of green energy pioneer?
Full marks. Neutrino voltaic energy research. Sadly, he died last month in Singapore under ambiguous circumstances. 3 weeks later, a solar geoengineering specialist died in Orlando, Florida.
On Orlando.
Circumstances equally ambiguous.
Dare say a pattern emerges.
Indeed. Thea flagged these seemingly unconnected deaths as consistent with the MO of an elusive terrorist, Caliban, a rabid extinctionist who believes that mankind is a cancer on the planet that needs to be purged.
About one of those.
Sounds delightful. Safe to say this Caliban is not too keen on scientific progress. What's it got to do with Webb?
Here's the kicker. According to Interpol, Caliban's charred remains were recovered from a Mexican landfill. And according to forensics, he's been dead for months. Now, if this is true...
It means Thea made another blunder.
Another ghost pattern, yes. We believe Damien is in Vietnam to cover up this latest mistake. Likely, he plans to stage a copycat killing, making it look like Caliban is very much alive and kicking.
Confirming Thea's original conclusion. Who's the target?
I'm afraid we don't know. That part
You have to save
is
them.
up to you.
Dang. Oh, hell yeah. Whoa. It's like I'm on vacation. Oh, good music too. Did the Knicks come back? Last time I looked, they were losing pretty badly. Yeah? What's the score? Is game over? What happened? Greatest comeback ever. Greatest comeback in NBA history. What? Even more so than the one they did against the Cavs that was really embarrassing? 29 points. Jeez.
All right. Time for a little Q&A.
That's wild. They needed... That's huge. If they lost that game and they were tied up going back to San Antonio, that would have been rough for them. They
Who
needed
are
that.
we playing today, James?
Smythe. St. John Smythe.
And what
Good
do
for
we
them.
do for work?
We run our own company. Same-day courier service called Go Get It. Launched it a year after turning our back on the music business.
Take that,
Why
music
would we do
business.
such a thing?
Too many arseholes and egos.
Lovely. And Vietnam?
Once a year, we hop on a plane and venture somewhere to recharge our creative juices. This year, when the dice rolled, Vietnam came up.
Okay. I'd buy it.
That's because I'm selling it so well.
Time to die. I thought we had no time to die.
There's the pier. And the welcoming committee.
Time to get in character.
Welcome to the Pearl, Mr. St. John Smith.
That's St. John Smythe, my dear.
Of course. The staff and I are very pleased to have you with us.
God, this looks pretty.
This way, sir.
You smarmy git.
Well, you told me to get into character.
Yeah, gotta correct them.
Well, you are a natural, James.
That's Mr. Smythe to you, my dear. I'm
Wow.
just getting started.
There are lots of beautiful places in this world that aren't in a Disney park, huh?
Decent.
Your villa is this way. We pride ourselves on exclusivity and discretion here at the Pearl. As such, we do not keep digital records of a guest stay with us. I'll need you to sign the ledger at reception to confirm your arrival here.
I need eyes on that ledger.
Of course.
This reminds me of the
One more thing.
island resort
There's
level
a
of
package
Hitman.
waiting for you inside your villa. It arrived this morning. Enjoy your time at the Pearl, Mr. Smythe.
I most certainly will.
You are a little too good at that.
At what?
Being a bit of a bellend.
Oh, what can I say? Just seems to come naturally.
Jeez, this is cool. Excuse me. Q package. Oh, jeez.
I think I'm going to enjoy this place.
That was an objective marker. It's just a light. It's a lamp. It's a fancy lamp. Jeez.
What is it?
Just open it.
Oh, cool.
Q-Track, a smart bug, designed to protect assets in the field.
That's new.
Once inside the bloodstream, it tracks location, heart rate, and vital signs for up to 24 hours, before it's then broken down by the body.
And the glasses?
Q glasses. They see everything, recording it back here at MI6.
So you see what I see.
Yep. I get to live vicariously through you for the next 24 hours.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Why?
Once you get eyes on the potential targets, I can confirm it's them through the glasses.
Wonderful.
Pop them on. We're live.
Good stuff. Yes, I am this handsome.
Hang on. Ah, yeah. That ego of yours is fogging up the lens.
Oh, fun.
Touché.
Right. Enough tech talk. I need to calibrate the glasses.
Since I got this bloodstream stuff, I'm assuming I get captured at the end of this mission, but we'll see.
Compliments of the Tranquility Cave. All organic, gluten, and cruelty-free. That's some next-level spa stuff.
Great. At least I'll smell good when Damien shows up.
Okay. My interior designer girlfriend is not pleased with the layout here.
Shush buds. Always wanted a pair of those.
Well, if you're lucky, I'll bring you back a pair.
So that's what a 1,000-pound bottle of bourbon looks like.
And here was me
Old
hoping for a bag
grandpa.
of peanuts.
Okay, glasses calibrated. Time to get eyes on that ledger, so we can find out who it is Webb is here to kill.
Moneypenny? Eyes on Damien yet?
Traced him to an airport in Farnborough. Boarded a private plane to Singapore, with 5 other men that I haven't been able to identify yet.
Marcus Aurelius, thank you so much for 5 months. Appreciate it. Yeah, it sounds like that Knicks game was crazy. I'll have to watch the highlights later.
If you'd like to follow me, Mr. Smythe, reception is this way.
So, what do people do for fun at the Pearl?
Depends. Some guests prefer to simply just be during their time here. We also offer a traditional healing ceremony, which is very popular with our guests. It completely realigns the body's spiritual energy.
Sounds intense.
What are you doing there,
will
buddy?
Many do.
I think I'd rather repress.
Oh, dang.
Here we are. Reception is right over there.
Jesus.
My colleague will help you get signed in.
I do like a good infinity pull. I'm not gonna lie.
I doubt we'll have too much trouble doing that in the Emperor Villa.
Oh, I know what this is gonna be.
Tell me you're not checking out.
I'm being upgraded, actually.
Of course you are. You must be important.
Very.
The Emperor Villa will be ready shortly.
Emperor Villa.
Please make yourself comfortable while you wait.
Oh, I'll do that, thank you.
I didn't catch your name.
I didn't give it.
Ooh.
Attractive mystery woman 1, St. John Smythe. 0. Eyes on the ledger, James.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah. Ledger. On it.
That's a
Afternoon.
new girl.
Here to sign the ledger. Make my stay official.
Mr. Smythe, we've been expecting you.
Give it a flick through, so I can get a look at names.
Sign here, please.
Got what I need. Running a check.
All done. Enjoy your stay with us, sir.
Oh, you don't have to tell me twice.
Okay. Got 3 profiles that fit Caliban's MO. Ramon Hernandez, billionaire philanthropist. Geneticist Teresa Lorca, who you just met.
Oh.
And Ellis White, bit of a rock star scientist.
Let's go
Geneticist.
find our 3 potentials.
Oh, this is kind of Hitman-y. We're gonna find these 3 people. Fun. Hello. That's rules.
Just smile and offer a mocktail. Could you head to the Velvet Lantern bar and let them know?
Yeah, and then watch them quietly implode. Can't wait for that.
Let's see what's down this weird path.
Just had Q in my ear. Don't use the dart or laser on anyone we need to bug. They can interfere with the Q-Track's functionality.
Q doesn't want me to have any fun.
Yeah, you were in that new one. What was it called?
Wrong again.
No, I'm sure I've seen you before. Models, then.
Just 2 girls trying to enjoy the silence.
This is awesome. Hey, you.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Yes, you can tell me where I can find Mr. Ellis White. He's a guest of yours.
Ah, yes, Mr. White. I spoke with him earlier at the Velvet Lantern bar. Perhaps
Ooh.
you could try that.
Velvet Lantern Bar, cool.
Ramon Hernandez. Wouldn't know where I could find him, would you?
Unfortunately not, sir. I'm not permitted to give out that information.
Don't suppose you know where I can find a Miss Teresa Lorca?
Oh, yes. She was here for the convention. But I'm afraid I do not know where Miss Lorca is right now.
Excuse me.
Okay, there's a bar we're going to.
Moneypenny, what have you got for me on White?
Crux Magazine's 2025 Man of the Year. They call him Mr. Magnetic. Developed a liquid that binds microplastic particles to separate them from water so that they can be safely removed. Made him a very rich man.
You know what I'm thinking? Tomorrow, let's just hire a boat. Let's get off the resort for a bit, go and explore some of the islands around us, then find somewhere to hunker down and have a picnic. I love the idea of just you and me, no noise, nothing. Proper reset.
Oh, you'll love this. One of them came over when you were in the bathroom. Invited me to come to a party at the Ocean View Bar with his famous friend, Ellis White. Looked him up. Apparently, he's a big deal in the eco-science world.
I hope you told him to get lost.
White is at the Ocean View Bar. Marked it for you on your Q lens.
Thanks.
There are lots of bars. I kind of want to go to Tranquility Cave, though. Jeez. Whoa. 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 Hello? Nice to meet you.
Whoa. You might want to take a look at that. Whoa.
Yeah, you might want to mind your business.
Thanks, you look great too.
Oh, do you know what happened to Hernandez's yoga mat? Hmm? Yes, that one. The garish bright blue one. Hmm. He's insisting I bring it, but Kung took the session yesterday at the Hung Villa, and I can't seem to get hold of him. Story true? Thanks. The party? Yes, I'm working. I'll see you there.
Now we know where he is. The Hung Villa.
Need to get my hands on that mat. We'll find another way in.
Interesting. And now let's go to that Ocean View bar. Pickpocket. What does this guy have? I possibly need. Storage key. I'll take that.
Nothing personal, just necessity.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Can't come this way, bro.
Why not?
Our mate's throwing a bit of a jaw. If you don't have an invite, can't let you in.
Of course. I probably left it in my suite. I'll go and fetch it.
Great. Now we need an invite.
Interesting. Who makes flyers as invites for a private party?
Alice White, apparently. And one with a distinct.
Oh, they have invites.
Speaking of which, I'll go see if I can order us some. Oh, hi. Could I order us some drinks for the Ocean View party?
Sorry, madam. I'm afraid we're unable to serve you or Mr. White due to the large number of complaints we've had from other guests.
We'll see about that.
See, I've already poisoned somebody else. I can't poison her unless. What's this gonna do?
Oh, my arse is stinging.
Thank you very much.
My ass is stinging.
I don't care if I promised you the day off. I don't care that you're
Here
having
we
a
are.
Ho Chi Minh Trail on some quest to find peace inside yourself. I need you to do some actual assisting. Like right now, yeah? So turn around
I hear
and
Alice.
start walking back. This is your job. Assist.
That's our
Make
target,
it
Alice
happen.
White.
Man likes a drink. Q-Track still works if he swallows it, right?
You read my
Oh,
mind.
oh, I
You know
see.
what? This place
Following
and the
them.
management can kiss my toned ass.
I don't think so.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nobody
This
just walks
isn't
up
even
to
arguing,
general
man.
admission, bro. VIP only.
You lost, man. Private party.
St. John Smythe. Big fan. It sounds like you got yourself a drink problem.
I manage. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, the bar. Apparently, my friends and I have been bothering some of the other guests, so they shut us down.
Well, maybe I can help.
Maybe you can. I misplaced the keys to the minibar, and I'm getting thirsty. Would you mind taking a walk with my pal Jonty here to go fetch a new set? He'll show you where. Do that, I'm all yours. What do you say?
Happy to.
My man. Jonty, you're up.
Can't believe I'm doing this. Babysitting the fanboy. Why am I stuck walking you and those tiny shorts to the bar to get a set of keys I told them couldn't be got?
Just point me and my shorts in the right direction.
What's wrong with my tiny
Easy
shorts?
for you to say, bro. I tried getting them earlier. Staff caught me. Made a total scene. They wanted to throw me out only for Ella stepping in. Now, if I so much as breathe near that storage room, they'd toss me out on my ass. So, anyway, go you. The key's in the storage room behind the bar. Go get that bar key, buddy.
To cook for the resort
I'll be
tonight.
right here waiting for you.
Love his show. Watch it religiously. The one
I'll
where he
take
shouts
all
at
the
everyone
wine,
in the
please.
awful kitchens.
You know you're going to have to get rid of the barman first.
Remember the time
I know.
you called that sous chef a donkey?
Time to order off menu.
Can't wait to see what sort of treats he comes up with for the menu.
Imagine, we'll be eating what people normally have to spend months on a waiting list for.
And all we have to do is...
What can I get for you, sir?
Bottle of Blanc de Blanc Brut 83 when you're ready.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but we don't carry that one here at the Pearl, to my knowledge. Perhaps I can interest you in something else?
You don't carry it. Well, if you don't produce that bottle, I can make one phone call and you'll be looking for a new job tomorrow. Now off you pop.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
There he
Yeah.
is. Snide smile.
Got him. Easy peasy.
Every night since they've been here, it's the same thing. The American and his gang of friends drunk, making so much noise. I've had so many guests. asked me to do something about it, but I can't.
Management tolerates it because he spent so much money to be here. Man can set the place on fire, they still call it atmosphere. His money is louder than we are.
At least they shut the bar down. It was getting out of hand.
Won't do much good. They'll be back at it again later tonight.
True. You almost done there?
Almost. Just a few. Okay, hang on.
Probably nothing, but best not to assume anything.
Oh boy.
What is? Odd. That's it.
Now what? Ah. Easy. Cute. Easy peasy.
Got them. Nice. Let's head back to the guys. Pretty smooth work getting those keys. I'm not gonna lie, I really thought you'd know.
Ye of little faith, John.
Nice.
Wasn't that hard to get?
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, I was wrong. Respect. You might just fit right in with us.
Well, Johnny doesn't seem so bad.
I think.
He can admit his mistake. Good for him.
Yo, party people! The key masters have returned.
My guys! All right, let's get our drink on. Ladies, bar's open. Come on over.
All right, folks. The bar is open. What'll it be?
Something that kicks hard like a mule. I'm sobering up here.
Yeah.
You and me both, hermano.
I do make a mean tequila slammer.
Read my mind.
Now that's more like it,
One
Rude.
slammer for Mr. Magnetic coming up.
Catchy, right? Crux coined that one. I'm actually trying to copyright it at the moment. Wasn't too keen on it at first, but my new lady friend over there, she digs it, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I bet she does.
Between you and I, it's like shooting fish in a barrel here. It's like bang, bang, bang. Then back to my villa for X-rated wrestling. You get what I'm saying, bro, right? I don't need to spell it out for you.
No, I think I get the picture.
I want to punch him so hard right now.
Me too.
Me too what?
From me to you. One tequila slammer.
To my new friend, Smythe, it is true what they say. Not all heroes wear capes.
They do say that.
And just an observation here, those shorts are very kind to you.
Thank
Future is
you.
live. You can get out of there now.
I'm glad you like my shorts. I appreciate that comment. Thank you.
So how long you in Vietnam for?
Not sure. My ex went nuclear, threw me out, took the dog, slashed my threads, deleted my favorite TV shows, like total meltdown. So, called the boys up, took them out here with me. You know the way it is, brah. When life gives you lemons, turn them into margaritas.
What brought you to the convention?
The sequel to Magna Liquid.
Brah.
I call it Magna Melt. Breaks plastics down in seconds. Gone. Poof. Like that shit never existed. I'm talking clean oceans in our lifetime, bro. Need extra bank to move it into full production.
Any plans for tonight?
Oh, yeah, there's that hootenanny in the restaurant. Need to make an appearance. Got my eyes on a hot Portuguese chick I met at the convention. Tess? Terry? Teresa.
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
That's it, Teresa.
I know her.
PhD in seaweed or some shit. She's into me, you know, so it'd be rude not to.
I've met her. Time for me to shoot. Remember, drink responsibly.
No chance. Jonty, you're up. Plant yourself behind that bar and keep those drinks
He
coming.
did good work there.
But my coach, he's like this super serious guy. Tells me I'm
Ellis tracked.
2 to go.
Damien's boarded a commercial flight to Halong Bay. Tickets were booked under aliases. It's a 4-hour journey.
I better find and bug the rest of our targets.
I bet he's gonna go after the attractive woman because they're gonna want her in the game longer than these other two.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. True. How many times a day do you think?
All right, where's
she
the
wants
storage at? Is it in the cove? Might be somewhere else. Might just be. Look at this, easy peasy, easiest of the peasiest. Bard. Just sticking it to my back somehow.
Improvising yet another role.
I'm not gonna switch the cave music yet unless I know I need to.
You there? Have some info on Hernandez.
I'm all ears.
From what I can see, there's been multiple attempts on his life. He's not one to back down, and clearly doesn't give a damn who he pisses off.
I like him already.
She'll wake up looking like she's been airbrushed into the world. We can't stop staring at her.
All the seating is just 2 chairs at the table. Very fancy.
Oh, I could get used to this. Yes, we should enjoy it while it lasts. We've still got 3 days.
Yoga candy dead ahead. No need to ask me twice to do a downward dog.
Leave the man candy alone, Babs. This is not that kind of place.
It's whatever I want it to be, hun. I'm paying enough for it.
Ladies?
I'm yoga candy.
Afternoon. I'm here for
Hello.
Mr. Hernandez's yoga.
Going for it.
Nice work.
May balls it. Job done.
Whoa. Jeez, look at this place. This is like him, man.
I'll show you how to shoot a gun.
Guns don't really align with my spiritual values.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Pink sky, golden ocean. I mean, this place is something else.
Ramon Hernandez!
Don't you move. Please!
Who the hell are you?
Now relax. I'm not here to cause trouble.
That's him, James.
Keep your hands where we can see them.
Not so sure this was a good idea.
You better have a good reason to be here.
I'm with MI6. We believe your life is in danger.
Wrong. It's your life that's in danger.
Help me out, Moneypenny.
Whoever you're talking to,
Agua
say your
Verde.
goodbyes.
Tell him we know about Agua Verde.
Agua Verde. We know about your connection to Agua Verde.
Stand down. You have 30 seconds.
The terrorist Caliban. We think you're his next target.
I'm always somebody's next target. A simple phone call would have sufficed, Mr.
Call me James. And it wouldn't have because I wouldn't have been able to give you this. Swallow it. Allows us to track you and your vitals for 24 hours.
And after 24 hours?
You piss it out, I stop the bad guys, and we all go home.
Give it here.
That was easy enough to convince. Drink my poison. Leave some for the lady.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a cigarette to calm my nerves. Mi casa es su casa, James.
Oh. Okay. Do you take this yoga mat? It's a little heavy. Probably. Oh. Cute. There you go.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. By the way, I believe this yoga mat is yours.
Gracias, James.
A lot of testosterone in this room. What? Still sore I got past you and your friends here.
Watch your step, asshole.
Whoa. Bad vibes. Let's leave. There's always someone trying to kill me. Yes, I'll drink your unknown substance, right, Fawful? Oh well, we got it. Are there other ways to do this one? Probably. Seems like I took a relatively direct approach. Alright. Where's Teresa? Lorca, that guy in Star Trek Discovery is named Lorca.
You forgot your gear.
Yoga life's not working out. Too much of a stretch.
Ramon's location and vitals are now active.
All right. Now let's take a wander and see if we can find Lorca.
How may I help you, sir?
I don't suppose you know where I can find a guest of yours, a Miss Teresa Lorca?
Ah, yes, Miss Lorca. I am afraid I haven't seen her on my rounds today.
All right, thanks. Sure she's around here somewhere. Need to be somewhere.
I'll find her.
Last time I checked, down to 2. And both of them might as well be crime scenes and war zones. Don't suppose you want to go with me? To the party, I mean.
I can't. Working late, and I'm trying
Ah.
to get the Empire Villa ready for Miss Lorca. She's over at the Serenity space waiting on us to finish up.
No problem. Can blame a guy for trying.
And I appreciate
Serenity
it.
space.
Just not tonight.
Oh, are we just gonna charm her? That'd be fun.
Perhaps another time.
Serenity Space. Sounds like a fancy name for the bathroom.
Let's hope not. Anyway, it's in the center of the resort.
Found it. Yeah, what do
That's
you get?
her, Teresa Lorca. What's your plan?
Get close, and apply it on her skin.
Oh, we're gonna lotion it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Smythe, but the Serenity space is full at the moment. I can have someone fetch you as soon as the spot becomes available.
I'll come back later.
Of course. Apologies again.
Can I just poison one of these guys and have them leave?
What
For
the?
Christ's sake. I suppose quiet is too much to ask for these days.
No trouble, I hope. Just a quick check for peace of mind.
Is he gonna be mad and leave now? Yeah, here we go. I'm smart. Think some rooms just opened up.
Just open it, sir. You can come on in.
Good
Thank
timing,
you.
eh? Thanks.
I'm smart. Savvy.
Thanks. You again?
Hey, Nikki, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. It was great seeing you, Nikki. Hope you're doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Play some James Bond, everybody. In the middle of the Vietnam section, if you're worried about spoilers. Hope you had a good stream, Nikki. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Genomic analysis of Marinobacter and its role in alginate biosynthesis.
Yeah, I'm in genetics. It's boring science stuff, Mr.
Oh, names now. John.
Teresa.
I like boring science stuff. Try me.
Okay then. You asked for it. Well, algae are inherently more efficient at carbon removal than terrestrial plants. Their entire surface is dedicated to the act of photosynthesis.
They absorb as much carbon as all the plants and trees on land combined.
Someone was paying attention in biology class.
Only to the parts that mattered most.
So, there's this particular strain of algae called Chlorella vulgaris that absorbs more CO2 than any other plant on the planet. That's why I'm here at the convention. To secure funding for this super strain I'm developing, which will be our most potent weapon against climate change. Potentially.
It's definitely her. They're gonna try.
That's simple, huh?
I'll protect you.
How about another?
The Emperor Villa is ready for you, Mom.
They've got a habit of doing that, haven't they? Perhaps another time?
I'll hold you to it.
I should hope so. See you around, John.
Why would a woman need protecting? Well,
All right,
she's
Romeo,
being
snap out of
targeted
it.
by an assassin. Crazy man.
I
And
do
Nepo
like a woman
baby.
in experiments.
Jesus, James. Really?
Because she's a scientist.
All Q-Treks alive. Lorca, Hernandez, and White all present and accounted for.
Hey, Moneypenny. Where are Damien and his men now?
On the ground at Halong Bay. I'm tracking 2 SUVs that met his group at the airport. They're about a 3.5-hour drive out from you. That means you have 3.5 hours to prepare.
Perfect. I've got some time to kill.
I know how to spend it. Take the glasses off, James. No, no, no. Come on. I don't know. Maybe she wants to watch. That's fine.
So hot here. Could really murder a beer.
Easy now.
See, I'm gonna grab myself a drink. I'll be right back, everybody. We're back. We have the combination. Can I take any sunscreen? Yeah, whatever.
What are you doing?
Relaxing. I have 3 hours. Getting a drink. Yeah. Taking
Yes,
a
sir.
drink.
Cocktail, please. Surprise me.
James, what are you playing at?
I'm taking a moment.
Are you serious? Damien's en route. We need to be ready.
Who says I'm not?
Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be?
If Damien's gonna copy Caliban, how are they gonna explain the dead body in the Mexican landfill?
The corpse was taken to a morgue in Sinaloa for autopsy. There were reports of a fire that same night. The fire chief's report from the station said it was just a fault with the alarm system.
Damien?
Very likely he sent a cleanup crew in to cover up their tracks.
Ramon took that cute track pretty quickly. What did you have on him?
Agua Verde was a waste recycling outfit caught dumping pollutants into South American rivers 20 years ago. Poisoned hundreds of residents. His younger brother Raul set up the deal. Thought he was making a difference. Ramon spent millions compensating the family's medical care and expenses over the last 2 decades.
Jesus. Moneypenny, I never get the chance to ask. How are you holding up?
Christ. Okay, let's see. Bright is gunning for M's head. The 00 program is on the verge of being shuttered for the 2nd time. And, oh yes, almost forgot. You and Greenway are terrorists, according to Sir Nicholas Webb. Other than that, I'm peachy. Right, since we're sharing, let's do you. How are you doing?
What am I doing?
I'm waiting for my cocktail.
Here you go, sir. We call it Folking Chump. The perfect infusion of heritage and creativity.
Sounds delightful. Chin chin, Moneypenny.
James, something's wrong. It's Lorca. I think she's in trouble. Her heart rate's spiking and her oxygen levels are falling through the floor.
No, I knew it would be her.
Sweep. Now.
On the way.
Is it lunchtime already? Either that or we
Not the hot one!
I won't be in a hurry.
Going as fast as I can.
46. Move faster.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know, but it's still dropping. 35 now. Something's really wrong, James.
Oh shit. I'm almost there. Blocked.
Up there. Oh, she's...
Oh.
fine.
She certainly is.
John?
Drinking alone was never my forte.
Well, I didn't realize you were this thirsty.
Parched, actually. You were freediving.
Yeah, being a marine biologist comes in handy.
Oh, what's your number?
Chasing a 6 at the moment.
6.
6
Very
or 7.
impressive.
People think it's all about the lungs, but it's all in the mind.
A mistake easily made.
So, what can I get you? You seem the kind of guy who knows what he likes. So let me guess, you don't like it too sweet. You don't like it too complicated. You like it straight up.
I've been known to experiment.
Audio. James. Still on. Tea time.
Yeah, take a break, Moneypenny. Oh. That was a big mug. Oh crap, I forgot about the assassin. Oh, Benny. Okay, now we're good. Ooh, he's in a tux finally.
Feels a bit tight. You sure Q got the measurements right?
I'll be the judge of that. Put the glasses on. Let me see.
Well?
Ooh, very dapper. Give us 12.
Piss off.
Aren't you missing something? The bow tie?
Oh.
I don't suppose Q included instructions.
How on earth did you make it through boarding school without tying one?
It's complicated.
Shall I get Q on the line?
Please do. Q? Help me out here, would you?
Relax, Bond. It's a bow tie, not C4. All right. Make one end ever so slightly longer than the other.
You people and your vague measurements.
Pay attention, please.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. We have a bow tie mini game. Is that not good enough? Ever so slightly longer. That's way longer.
There we are. Now, we're off to the races.
It would appear so.
Now, fold the short end to create our first bow shape. After that, drape the longer end over the center, nice, clean and even, please.
You know, I've disarmed bombs less complicated than this.
Jesus.
Nicely done.
Sometimes when you make a QT something like this, it's
Look
funny.
at you, saving the world, one wardrobe malfunction at a time.
Now, the second bow. Fold that longer end to mirror the first. You'll see a small loop forming behind the front bow. Take the folded end, push it through the loop. Steady now. Don't panic, blow the whole thing.
Right, no panic. Just a growing sense of humiliation. Listen, if anyone asks, I was never trained for this.
Our lips are sealed. Right?
I could not follow these
Absolutely.
instructions.
Sealed shut. Rooting for you here, James.
Excellent work, Bond.
Let's see if it survives cocktail hour first.
Almost there. Gently pull the folded parts on both sides to tighten the knot. And once you do that, tug the loose ends to even it out. We're aiming for slight asymmetry here, more character. Looks less like a cheap clip-on.
Which would have been easier, by the way.
Lastly, ensure the knot is nice and firm, and that's it. You're done.
And people say field ops are stressful.
Yeah. Let's just do a stream where we try to teach Dan how to put a bow tie on. I need to... I remember Dan was shocked I knew how to tie a normal tie. I don't know bow ties. Jesus, it's pretty here. Part of me thinks actually it's not going to be Lorca who's in trouble now. We already kind of did a thing with her.
Impeccable service.
Oh, hell yeah. Coke Zero? Now that's a drink.
All right. Let's get to it.
Where's the stairs? Right. Zero sugar, zero caffeine, right? Which I think is more of a Europe thing. We don't have those here as much.
What's your game plan?
Fine dining and expensive champagne.
Be serious. Damien and his men are on their way.
We've got this. Once I'm in the restaurant, we'll get eyes on Ramon and Ellis. You keep tabs on their movements, and I'll watch over Lorca for the evening.
Yeah, I will.
That's odd. Lorca, her heart rate is...
Mr. Bond is here, gentlemen.
Oh, maybe it is.
Still a bit sore, are we?
He'll be fine. Isn't that right, Pablo? Yes, sir.
James, I think you need to get to the Emperor Villa. Now.
Sore. Why would it be sore?
Gents, enjoy your evening.
Goodbye.
Or that's a
You know,
They say
What's got you spooked?
Lorca's heart rate's through the roof.
Oh no.
Listen, she's not alone. Ellis White is with her.
What?
You don't think...
No, I don't. Something's wrong.
Hang on.
Or that was like a bug if I had gone through that, getting to him in a way where I
Come on,
fought that
Lee,
guy.
Where is he? Where's Damien?
1 second. Looks like they've stopped. Pulling up nearby CCTV to get a better look. Shit. It's not Damien. I've been tracking the wrong SUVs.
Yep.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Damien's?
Yeah. They're here.
Be careful, James.
Let's continue this.
Let me finish my ciggy first.
Those things kill you. Be quick about it.
They're everywhere.
Baz. Baz, you there? Stop mucking about.
Okay. Here we go. You're allowed to root for the Knicks here.
Any ideas?
Got the blueprints of the villa in front of me. It looks like... Yes, there's a way in through the roof. 2 more, straight ahead.
Oh. You okay? Hey.
Just fine. Can't climb this? Whoops. Didn't mean to do that.
What is he playing at?
Armored boy. Okay. Doing good.
Don't get up.
Hello, what's this? What's the American doing here?
Came round looking for a booty call. Didn't go the way he'd hoped.
He doesn't fit the narrative. The real Caliban never allowed for collateral damage.
Nobody's perfect.
How many times My father is adamant that the validity of Thea's conclusion is not questioned. Are you dumb? Look at me. Are you an idiot?
I like the Gordon Ramsay energy of this guy.
You make him disappear. All right? The boys in ops will patch up the loose ends. Go.
Now I have to save 2 people.
And Nico, bring Lorca to the side. I think it's time we set things in motion.
Tell me you got that.
Oh, I got it all right.
Will it be enough?
It'll have to be. Now go get the girl.
Not yet. They'll kill Ellis.
You can't save them all, James.
Yeah, right.
I can sure as hell try.
Yeah. Bam, Money Penny. Shame, shame, shame. Money Penny's like, just save the hot one.
Found him. He's on the lower floor. Watch your step, Bond. It's a full house down there.
Good. I like those odds.
That was kind of fun. Huh? Oh, they hurt me.
It's not over till it's over. Can't find him!
Move to the next floor. You need to get downstairs. There. Ellis is on the other side of that door.
Oh, here we go.
It's down to...
Over. This is Indigo 1. Moving target into position.
Oh no.
Over.
Oh, what the hell are you doing, Smythe? You with them? Put the bottle down. I just saved your life. What the hell have you done with Teresa?
Oh boy.
That's for wasting a perfectly good bottle of wine.
Well, you'd be alright.
James, Lorca's on the move. Location marked on your Q lens.
Let's see the controller. That was fun getting down there.
Oh look, more target practice.
All right, never mind. Back to the mouse and keyboard.
Full of them.
I need that gun. Nice. Yeah, it's easy. It's kind of fun switching between them. Game's definitely running worse today. I'll definitely have to look and see if there's a driver update or something like that. Oh boy.
It's kind of scary how good you are at this.
Everybody's got a talent.
Well, I'm glad you're on our side.
Yeah, color lighting. Good, we get to kill the other twin. Hi, hey! Fireworks, jeez. Well, we lost a suppressor. Oh boy.
Cozy?
Plus the gun. Wait, I'm switching off the controllers. Give me a second. Okay, we got this.
Brother and I took it.
Easy. Eat shit.
John?
I love the dress.
It's from the gift shop.
Shall we?
Oh no.
There.
Jesus.
Go! Get out of here!
Ow. Whoa. Shit.
Say hello to your brother for me.
Eat shit.
James? James, are you there?
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you had me worried. Do you know where you are?
Damien's after party. Listen, I'm in a bit of a bind here.
I know. Okay, I'm working on it. Just try to buy us some time.
Uh-oh. Oh, that stupid-ass mask.
I swear, James. Do you even have an off button? Because you're starting to make the rest of us look bad.
Yeah, my work-life balance isn't great.
Let's see if we can't find an even split.
Oh, the classic! Do you have a quarter?
Don't be a fool, Damien. MI6 knows what you did. They always settle their scores. If I were you, I'd start running. It was all worth it. Look, I get it. Playing second fiddle all your life, having to compete with perfection, knowing your father loves Thea more than you.
Perfection? Are you kidding me? I'm the Sarge who has to get his hands dirty every time that glorified chandelier makes a mistake. I almost wish the truth would come out.
So quit! I promise I'll do everything in my power to protect you.
That's sweet, James. Really. But we both know you have none.
Damn it, Damien, you can't contain this lie forever! One way or another, your father is going down! Don't let him ruin your life! Let me help you!
Nice try, James. Really. But you'll never defeat my father. Hyperion will see to that.
Greenway? French lady? Marine biologist? Somebody?
But we're lying down on the job again, aren't we?
Hey, there he is.
You're late.
I know. Hold still. Now Damien's men are moving in on your position. Get to cover.
Gladly.
You missed the shot on the main bad guy, though.
Nothing. Okay. I guess we're doing this then.
Oh, interesting.
Bond, you got a lot of company down there.
Still in one piece?
Right. Okay, here's the plan. You call them, I'll bag them.
Interesting.
In position. I'm ready.
Oh, that's fun. Oh,
Push
cool.
forward through the quarry. I'll meet you at the other end of it. And keep your head down.
Where's Bond?
It was me thinking it was going to be a nice, quiet evening.
Watch it. 2 hostiles your way. Target's down. I've got you. Got it.
I really need to call these in. Get them.
Hostile down. He's down.
Oh. That works. Man, the game is not liking this. Alright. We'll get through a video game.
Target's down.
Where the hell are the shots coming from?
Hang on. I have an idea. Keep your head down.
Somebody just walked through that wall.
Got it.
That's neat.
Hostile down. More of Damien's men are headed your way.
Yeah, I see them. Wish me luck.
He's down. Direct hit. One right on.
Oh, shouldn't have done that. I was like, what does that button prompt do? Well.
It was me thinking it was going to be a nice, quiet evening.
That's right.
Watch it. 2 hostiles your way. Target's down. I've got you.
There's a sniper!
Got him.
I was hitting my turn buttons very well, for sure. Chain reactions.
Hostiles down.
Where the hell are the shots coming from?
He's down.
There's a sniper!
Not getting through there. Hang on. I have an idea. Keep your head down. Hostile is down.
Okay. We did last time, what's not?
More of Damien's men are headed your way.
Yeah, I see them. Wish me luck.
That should keep them busy.
Get him out in the open!
Got him.
Or die!
Hostile down. Target's down.
Good work. You're pretty close now.
Stay there. I'm coming to you.
Happy to.
Bond?
That was neat.
Up here.
Oh, his arm's better.
Not bad.
I'm not finished.
I thought you said you were out.
And let you have all the fun? I don't think so. Hands. And here.
These are good characters.
He won't be needing it.
What's the plan? I'll take the high ground.
We push forward, corner Damien, and then we put him down.
I like it. Moneypenny, Damien took my watch. Can you track it?
Of course. Triangulating his position for you now. I have him. His location has been marked on your Q lens.
Thanks. Greenway, how you doing up there?
Making lots of new friends.
It's good to have you back, John.
It's good to be back, but we're not out of the woods just yet. Damien brought a small army with him.
And they all make for terrific target practice.
We'll kill them all.
Always wanted to drive one of those.
A dump truck. Oh, excuse me. All right.
Greenway, what's your position?
Right up ahead. You take it slowly. It's busy here.
Oh, Christ. They're everywhere. Any ideas?
Just the one. Target down.
Safety first. Leave some for me.
Kill confirmed.
Come on, save some.
Oh, you got them.
Explosive stuff.
And another one down.
You're just showing off now.
Oh, what's happening? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Fine. Oh boy.
Good night.
Yep, I kind of blew that. Try that again.
Greenway, what's your position?
Right up ahead. You take it slowly. It's busy here.
Oh, Christ. They're everywhere. Any ideas?
Just the one. Right up ahead. You take it slowly. It's busy here. Target down. Lining up the next.
Leave some for me.
Kill confirmed.
Come on, save some for me. Explosive stuff.
And another one down.
You're just showing off now.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I am running for my life.
There's one more down. Good night.
Done this before.
Standing near exploding barrels?
Oh boy. No guns.
It's done.
Find me not to piss you off again.
Down.
Run.
Be here.
They're closing in on me. Try not to get killed.
I'll do my best.
Working on it.
That was good for me. How was it for you?
I've had better.
What on earth are you two talking about?
We're bonding.
I'm in a bit of a bind here.
What's the problem?
Taking fire from all angles. They've got me pinned down.
On my way. Moneypenny, I need you to mark Greenway's position for me. I see you.
Oh, cool lighting.
You weren't kidding, were you?
No. These boys really want to say hello.
Oh, what is going on
Hunker
here?
down.
That's the plan.
Left side, cut him off. Hey, there! Don't let him escape.
Yeah.
Talk too much anyway.
Oh, but you alluded to this earlier. Holy shit.
Never sat behind the wheel of one of these.
Let's go.
Coming to you now, Greenway.
Holy shit. Cool as hell, man.
Ready? Got it.
Woo!
Stay clear of that. Right. What the hell was that?
Come on. Not good. Not good at all.
Here, take this. You hold them off while I try and get this thing moving again.
Ah! Well, what happened? I got out of cover. It was an accident. Whew. I saw on Her Majesty's Secret Service theme. Oh. I'm not enough of a Bond guy to pick up on those things. That's
Take
neat.
this. You hold them off while I try and get this thing moving again.
I see what happened. Oh boy, reloading.
Stay put. There you go. Hold on. We're moving again. Run!
Uh-oh.
Thanks. Your hit just nicked me. I'll be fine.
Maybe.
I'll hold them up. Go. Find Damien's. Finish this.
I'm not expert, but I think there's a lot of organs in that part.
James?
Here.
And Greenway?
He's busy entertaining a few of Damien's friends. I'm taking care of Webb Jr.
You do know he's probably walking you into a trap, don't you?
I know. Counting on it.
We have the evidence. Sir Nicholas, Damien, they're finished.
But I'm not.
Okay. Please be careful. That's an order.
I'll be careful. Come on, Damien, do your worst.
I want to scream that. Uh-oh. That wasn't very careful at all.
Alone at last. Now what's that? A little liquid courage for what happens next.
What this? Oh no. This is so much more.
No.
It's a synthetic compound. It floods the endocrine system, elevating physical and mental awareness. It makes you faster, better, stronger.
Working harder?
Show me.
I thought you'd never ask.
Boss fight. Yeah. Not that much faster, huh? Any more things to throw at him?
You still think you can stop me, James? You are outmatched.
Hey, Hobbs, EJ, thanks for following. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Outsmarted. Don't you see? We've been ahead of you every step of the way.
You really do love the sound of your own voice, don't you? What now? Think, James. Think.
That's better. Shall we?
He gets his hands on me, it's over. Fireman's all you've got left, James.
Okay, I don't have my watch. Right line. There we go. And
Find me something useful.
No need to pull your punches, James. Enough games. This ends right now.
Jesus.
I really wish you could have lived long enough to see what you're truly dealing with. You'll pay for that one.
There, I can use that.
Oh!
It's been fun, but I'm gonna have to break this off. Oh, James! James, you have such a way with words. You're hilarious!
Are we gonna drop on him?
You haven't heard the punchline yet.
Got him. That's what you get for trying to kill the butt girl. Yeah, boy.
Hey, easy now. I've got you.
Damien.
It's done. He's gone. Okay, up we go, old man. Let's get you patched up. I thought you said it was just a scratch.
Oh, the wonders of adrenaline.
Stop, Bob. But we need to get you to a hospital.
Oh, James. James.
What do I do? I need you to tell me what to do.
Just sit for a bit. Sit and enjoy the view.
Why did you come back for me? I thought you hated heroics.
Turns out I was wrong about that.
You've got heart, Bond. You're just what we need right now. I don't know why I didn't see it before.
Because you're a miserable old bastard.
There is that. Will you do me a favor?
Anything.
Don't let it change you. Don't let it.
Is there anyone I should contact? Greenway. John.
Well, that was really well done. Jeez.
There is no doubt that Britain is in a highly precarious situation. If this data is corroborated, it will indeed put an enormous strain.
Attention, please, everyone. 5 minutes ago, Sir Nicholas Webb informed us that if we ignore his demands, the next leak will be bigger and a lot closer to present day. Meaning that sources, assets, and even agents will be at risk. The diplomatic hit we have already taken is irreversibly detrimental to our national security, global interests, and Great Britain's standing in the world. Further jeopardizing that is not an option. It has been decided to accept Webb's demands and grant him immunity.
What?
Giving in is not giving up. Quite the contrary, we do this to protect the country we all love. It is time to stand down. Thank you. Bond, congratulations. Your performance in Vietnam proved beyond a doubt you'll make an excellent 00.
What are you doing? We can't let Webb get away with this.
What we do is my call. The world's not fair, Bond. I thought Greenway taught you that.
Don't bring Greenway into this.
M, we have to go. The Prime Minister's waiting.
Moneypenny will debrief you, then go home and get some well-deserved rest.
Interesting. I think this video game is really good. I really like playing this video game. It's really interesting.
I'm just not convinced that he's got anything more recent.
Why wouldn't he? No doubt about the authenticity of the first batch released.
Security around there is impregnable, I'm sure of it.
It's his tech. If anyone can breach it, it'd be him.
That's not how it works, though. It's physically impossible to spy on it. And the data itself is a quantum swarm. And when it's concretized, it's quantum encrypted.
Hey, Jason, thank you for 27 months. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well.
Within our walls only.
I don't understand any of that stuff. The fact is that Webb got it, and we have to act accordingly. I'm with M on this one.
I believe his son pretty much confirmed that Sir Nicholas had access before he died.
Glad I'm not M.
What's going on in this office?
Always so chummy with Webb. That used to cause a lot of envy in Westminster. Hardly that anymore, if you think.
I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow manages to pin it all on M.
Immunity? After all he's done?
I'm sorry about Greenway, James, but...
Well, she's not.
She's doing her job. And she's doing it well.
And that's it? You're happy to just walk away?
No, but I also have a job to do. I wrote some code to stress test some of their safety layers, and I'm going down there now. But I can see that you're not done ranting. Come, walk with me.
Thea is a complete scam. Webb lied to MI6 for more than a decade. He started out using the 00 program as a scapegoat, destroying 009 and Greenway's lives. Cressida and the other recruits dead or maimed. Monroe? But how the hell has it come to this?
He's been one step ahead all along. He has a sixth sense, I swear.
He doesn't need one. He's monitoring his own tech, and we've let him.
Come on, get in. Actually, we are certain that he hasn't. 2 full sweeps and a third one concluding as we speak. Thea isn't and never was compromised.
Come on, Moneypenny. We saw it at Web HQ, and Damien pretty much confirmed it.
Nevertheless, no breach has ever occurred.
Then explain to me how they could have a whole department at Web Industries dedicated to sifting out Thea's mistakes if they didn't have a live feed of everything Thea ever delivered. We didn't make that up, Moneypenny.
What can I say? Unless Webb has some quantum-entangled mirror computer, it's just not possible.
Hang on. Hyperion. That's gotta be it.
What?
It was something Damien
Right.
said. In Greek mythology, Hyperion is Thea's brother and consort. That makes perfect sense.
No, it doesn't. Tech like that is sci-fi, doesn't exist. Probably never will.
Yeah, but what if it did? What would you have to do to eliminate the threat?
If it were that simple, destroy or remove the core. You'd render the quantum cloud meaningless.
The data can't be read without the core.
Nope. The core is the magic key.
Oh, look at this. The supercomputer we let destroy our lives.
Wait, you're not actually buying any of this, are you?
And what if it's true, though? We can make this whole thing disappear.
But it's not. Okay. And I am with them on this. We have no choice but to give in. Even if we had solid intel, a gamble like that would be reckless, beyond any sense. It'd go against MI6's very reason to exist. It would be high treason. So you won't do anything stupid.
Of course not. I'm not an idiot.
Promise me, James.
Cross my heart.
Promise you'll align with the quitters.
Sorry, Moneypenny. This idiot's about to rob QLab.
Uh-oh.
Bond. I just wanted to check in. Where is everyone?
I sent them all home. Come, join me.
No. Japanese whiskey.
Don't do it.
What?
Blame yourself.
No.
I knew him for 25 years. The good years and what came after. Operation Nightfall changed him. He slipped into darkness. Never could find his way out until you came along. The first light in more than a decade.
They said the thing. That's actually one of the better he said the things ever. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
And he came back. More alive than ever. And thanks to you, he went out with a bang and not with a whimper. And if that's not a reason to celebrate, then I don't know what is. To Greenway.
God, this cue is so good.
And to you, James. Salute.
Salute.
Don't forget to turn out the lights when you leave.
To get to Hyperion, I'll need an edge. New watch, pistol, and whatever else Q's got lying around.
Q knows. Hey, buddy.
Okay. Where would you leave a shiny new Q watch? It was the first of a new batch. And it was in the stress test chamber.
Credentials incorrect. Access denied.
Playing favorites, eh? Q has total access. All I need's a fingerprint.
Ooh.
What was the last thing he touched?
I know. It was that glass. Cute.
Got a fingerprint. Now how to get it off the glass.
The tape. Like he wanted us to.
This should do the job. Damn. It's only a partial print. What else could be good for a clean print?
That's a little harder. Motorcycle. Maybe it's motorcycle.
Another
Hey.
partial. Not exactly a triumph.
That!
Oh, smudged and flame grilled. Useless.
Jesus.
At last. One whole print. Now let's...
Identity verified. Welcome back, Q.
Maybe I would have made a half-decent agent after all.
Q credentials inconclusive. Running diagnostics.
Don't worry, I'll be in and out. Thanks, Q. Promise to take better care of this one.
Q not detected.
What?
Initiating.
No, wait. Now, how do I get out of here?
We'll figure it out.
Come on, think. What would Crest do?
Explosion chamber lockdown disengaged.
Shutter lock gone. Nothing to it. Full flow and a spark may be the answer. Now we're talking. I just need to unleash the inferno.
Now what?
I doubt caution will get me out of here.
Furnace deactivated. Furnace ignition activated.
Don't have any way to use. Let's see. Missing something? What's this? Ah. Always wondered that the code should always be related to test subject itself.
Code protected cabinet. I wonder what's inside.
Something with the test subject.
Laser charged and operational.
Industrial strength. Or perhaps this will do the trick.
Wow.
Fire hazard coming up.
Safety protocols initiated. Fire exit active. Please evacuate immediately.
How's that for burning bridges?
There we go. Multiple ways to get out even. Cute.
CQ. You wouldn't even know I was here.
Oh, right, the elevator. That would have worked for the buttons.
What shiny new toys have you left for me, Bridget?
You watch. Always like the dart. Laser. Good. And the missile.
Just the pistol to go.
Okay. Where would the guns be? Not. Hey, Butt Monkey. Thanks so much for 7 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Butt Monkey. I've been sleeping a lot. Still tired. Probably gonna wrap things up here pretty soon once I get this pistol. Honestly, I should have earlier, but it's just been so fun. That. Yeah, that's where weapons is. Shootout range. That makes sense. Oh, this thing. They were. Anything else in that? No. What's the code?
Okay, so what code would Waters use for a room full of guns?
I was gonna say AK-47, but you don't have any letters. Might be something in here. His score 1324.
Armory access granted.
Easy.
Too easy.
How did this get back here? Cute. Oh man.
Cease fire. Personnel detected on range.
Well, is it a loop? Okay. There had to have been a gun back there somewhere. What did I miss? Let's see. Oh, the gadget testing keycard. I could have just got that, huh? Okay. I mean, there's all these. I guess none of them are the service pistol. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Hello there. I've been looking everywhere for you. That's everything. Time to go.
am gonna be in the elevator. Nope. Yeah, turn the lights off.
Hello, James.
I wondered if you'd made it out alive.
With the 7 kinds of hell you raised, I practically walked out the front door.
Happy to be of assistance. What do you want?
Get to Webb, same as you.
Webb's finished. Disgraced and on the run. What makes you think I care?
Please, don't kid a kidder.
Let's hear it.
It's simple. You know where he is. I have the means to get us there.
And I don't.
Nice try, James. But we both know you're about to burn all bridges. Besides, I already know he's somewhere in the Antarctic Circle. So unless you plan to join a whaling crew, I'm your best shot. I pinned the location. We leave in 24 hours. Bring your trunks.
Well, when one door closes...
All right. Oh no, we have to join the French Secret Service. Times are hard. Good stuff. Really enjoying that game. I am still pooped. Let's see. Neil is playing Fallout 76. Wow. Go ahead and raid Vanille. Alright, Santa Vanille, everyone. Alright. Thank you. You all take care. Should be on Voicemail Dump Truck tomorrow. Game at the size. We'll be back on that. So, see you all later. And bye-bye.